Today we're talking about circles. There are a couple of important terms that you need to be familiar with. So first let's talk about the word radius. The radius is a segment that has one endpoint at the center and the other point on the circle. So basically it's going halfway through the circle. It's got to be from the center though. So now the radius could be from here to here, could be from here to here. Okay, there's an infinite amount. They're all over. It's just that I gave you one example with that black line. All of those are the radius though. Another term would be the diameter. The diameter passes through the center of the circle and it goes to both sides. Again, there's an infinite amount. You could have a diameter going through this way, a diameter going through this way. There's tons of them. Okay, so now let's talk about circumference. Circumference is the distance around the circle. You can kind of think of it like perimeter. Okay, we're going around the circle. It's just that we don't have any straight lines, so we can't just add this side plus this side plus this side. We have a circle, so we need a formula to be able to figure out the distance around the circle. Now for circumference, we've actually got two formulas. One of them is circumference equals pi times the diameter. The other one is circumference equals 2 times pi times the radius. Now let's talk about why there are two equations. Both of these equations mean the same exact thing. They both have c, they both have pi. Do you see that? The only difference is that one of them has a d and one of them has 2r. Well, if we think about what that is, okay, the radius is from here to here, so the diameter would be 2 times the radius. It's taking two radii and putting them together, so it's actually the same thing. So you can memorize one, you can memorize both, whatever works for you. I'll show you how to use both today though. So let's say that you have the problem where it says find the circumference of a circle with a radius of 5 inches. Well, you can use either formula if you know how to, but since they give us the radius, I'm going to use the formula with the r in it, 2 times pi times r. So all I do is I keep everything the same. The c stays the same, the 2 stays the same, the times pi stays the same. The only difference is I change the r to 5 because I know that the radius is 5 inches. So I literally just plug that in the calculator, 2 times pi times 5, and I get 31.41592654. Now it depends what the question asks you. Here they're not specific, so let's say that I decide to round it to the hundredths place. Again, if it tells you where to round it, then make sure you round it to that place, but if not, you can choose. So since I want to stop at the hundredths place, which is right here, I have to look at the number after it, which is a 5. Remember, if it's 0 through 4, it stays the same. 5 through 9, it rounds up. So since this is a 5, that 1 will actually go up to a 2. So it'll be 31 and 42 hundredths of an inch. All right, one more example here. Find the circumference of a circle with a diameter of 9 feet. Again, you can use any formula if you know how to, but since we have diameter, I'll use pi times diameter. So I just plug in the 9 in place of the diameter. Circumference stays the same, pi stays the same, but I just change it to times 9 instead of d. Plug that in the calculator. It's 28.2743338. Let's say again that I decide to round it to the hundredths place, so I want to stop right here. Look at the number after. It's a 4, so that tells the 7 to stay the same, so it would be 28 and 27 hundredths feet. That's it for today on circles. Bye guys.